Hello people, welcome to the Creator of Bricks, and today I am doing a Christmas haul. I have 7 figures today. These all I got for Christmas, except one I got a little bit before, but you know, still counts as in November, so I'm going to count it anyway. So yeah, we have 7 here. We got Wolverine, Atom, Anti-Monitor, Brainiac, not that you can see it because the light, you can't really see Brainiac back there. There you go, he's right there. And then you got Alan Scott, and then you got Mr.Fantastic there from a friend of mine. I'll mention them later on when I go into them. So yeah, I'm gonna go over all these. This should be a nice long video, so sit back and have some hot chocolate. So we're gonna go from smallest to biggest. So the smallest figure is Wolverine. He's like 5 inches tall. So he's a short king, as we like to call him. So, and he's kind of the biggest disappointment I have. Not really, because he's the one I've played with the most. Or not played with, but messed with the most. So, the reason he's a little disappointing is because I have a QC issue with his hand right there. They didn't give me the 3rd claw on his, what would that be? His left hand. So I was a little disappointed when I got him out of the box, because I looked in the box and it wasn't like in the bottom of the box or anything. It's not like it fell out in like the box to where I can actually like at least glue it in, but it just wasn't there entirely. So I've had to use his claw, or not claws, his unshinked hands that it comes with 2 of. So he has like this one, the right one here. So there's those 2. Looks very good though, if my camera will actually focus. It's a very good head sculpt. He's got like a couple dots to show stubble. I don't really have a problem with that, but you know, but he's very posable. His skin looks yellow now because I have the light in front of him. Like if I work with the lighting here, but yeah. So very posable. He's got the crunch that Marvel Legends is known for, that incredible crunching, and they can look up a lot like that. And then you got like the shoulder articulation there. You can get them kind of like getting about ready to pounce on you, like that. And you got them going right there. So very good articulation on this guy. It's got like pretty much all the regular Marvel Legends articulation you expect. So that's pretty much all you need to know about the articulation. Is great head, good shoulders that go forward a decent amount, and then back is where they mostly shine. And then they got the pinless. So yeah, looks pretty good visually. Something visually that I don't like though is not the unmasked head. That is fine, but this hood piece I think does not look good. So if I think the head looks really good. It has a really nice look to it. Real nice sculpt there. It has a real nice sculpt to it, but this hood piece is just I don't like it at all, because it just goes up like this on the figure, and you can't get it to lay flat, and it just doesn't sit well, and it just looks off, you know. Like, not to compare it too much, but if I were to drag in like the McFarlane Flashpoint figure, or not Flashpoint, the McFarlane Flash figure, real quick. Yeah, like comparing him to the Flashpoint Flash, this, here, let's just move him out of here. This hood fits much better on the torso than the Wolverine does. It looks a lot more natural. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. It looks a lot more natural than this thing that just goes up like this, that doesn't actually sit up like a hood. And the sculpting on it as well isn't great. Like, it just looks weird. Just to be completely frank. Like, it just doesn't look right compared to like this which I think looks a lot better, and, you know. But I do like the attempt on putting the, like, all, like, the eyes and everything on there. Like, all the mask sculpt on there. I appreciate that, but I just think the sculpt on this body just doesn't work, like, having this hood on there. But that's pretty much the only problem I have with it, outside of everything else. Or not everything else, but yeah, that's just, like, the only problem I have with it, because everything else works well about it. And, I mean, the paint could be better, like, there's a little bit of yellow that peeks through on some of the sides here, because it's just purely painted on, it's not sculpted on there, so you can see like some of the yellow peeking through on there. So yeah, it's very nice though. It looks it looks gold on camera, at least right now anyway. It's a yellow color, but yeah, that's the Wolverine. Alright, and then we have Mr. Fantastic. This is another Marvel Legend. These are the only two Marvel Legends I got for Christmas, because I don't really ask for Legends, I ask for multiverse figures. These two aren't the only Marvel Legends I have, though. I have the, a knockoff of the retro Spider-Man, and then I have like a custom-made Captain America, which I won't bring out because it's kind of embarrassing, but I might bring it out at the end. But yeah, here's our scrawny little Mr. Fantastic, but he's supposed to be thin though, because he's, you know, his power is stretching, so you want your like stretching guy to be kind of thin. And I got him with his salad finger hands. But yeah, I might try to get the rest of the Fantastic Four, because this is like a 2020 wave, so it might be hard. But you know, I don't really want the Invisible Woman from that wave though. She has like a weird looking head, but yeah. Do want a Thing though. Definitely Thing and Reed I wanted. So I got Reed so far from my friend Base Cassie. I'll put her username description, and I'll link her Instagram. If she's not comfortable with that, I'll ask her. But yeah. This is the Reed Richards here. Stretchy fingers. It would have been better if they did a stretchy arm, but they gave you some other stuff. So it was either the lab coat or stretchy arms. I probably would have preferred the stretchy arms, but you know, I'll put this on there though. But yeah, this is how Reed comes in the package. I don't usually, or I haven't put this on him really, because you know, I want Reed looking like a superhero, you know, more than the scientist, even though it's a big part of Reed's character is that he's a scientist. But you know, I prefer my my weirdo, or not weirdo, but you know, my superhero more than my scientist, Reed for the shelf. But as a character, I think probably the scientist is better, but on a shelf, you know, you want your Reed Richards in action. Yeah, they're very good head sculpt though. They're not the best I've ever seen, but you know, it's good. It kind of reminds me of It reminds me of Alex Ross, Superman, a little bit. Not directly, but you know, kind of reminds me of that. Maybe it's just like the white, like sides or the sideburns, I guess, and then like the more classic looking face there with like the butt chin. I don't know, maybe that's it. But yeah, he's essentially the same thing as Wolverine for articulation. Same thing as Wolverine, except no butterfly, and his crunch isn't as good. I probably should have shown this off while I had the other arms on, but it's not quite as good. Well, without the coat either. But yeah. The only issue I had with this guy was when I got him out of the package, his feet were tight because it's white paint, so it got a little clogged. But I was able to get it out, and it moves now, so I can get him looking like a spry scientist, you know? Get him looking like get him in an action pose, like that. Not a very good pose, but yeah, look at that. That's really it for Mr. Fantastic, though. So there's that. Alright, here's the earliest figure that I got out of everything here. So this is the Injustice 2 Supergirl. Everyone trashes on everyone trashes on this figure, but I think this is probably McFarlane's best Supergirl overall. This head sculpt is just great. It may not be 100% accurate to Injustice 2, but you know, I love that head. Is like really nice. You may not like the hair, because I'm not really a big fan of the hair either. But the actual head sculpt, like if you just popped off like the hair, maybe you did like just completely yellow or something, then I think this would be probably much better. But that head is just, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Look at it. Look at it. I want you to look at it.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
But yeah, and then I like this logo too. I always like these sort of, like the raised S's, if my camera will stop going crazy, but it's going crazy because I keep moving it. But yeah, you can see the actual sculpt there. Real nice sculpt there for the S. I prefer my S's to be red outside and then yellow inside, but you know, this works too, you know. But yeah, I really do like this figure though. It's got really nice texture on the, like, some of like the, well, there's two types of blue on this. Not really, but it just looks like it, because, well, maybe there is, but it's a really close blue, so I don't think it's actually painted. But yeah, you see like this square texture, and then you get like this smooth as well, so you get like a combination of textures on this figure right there. And something cool is you actually get an S, even though it's lopsided, but you know, you still get it. Like they haven't even done this on any Superman besides Hush, and they did it on Bizarro actually. So it's been the Hush Superman and then Bizarro. But it's a really nice gold color. Really nice texture there. And she gets this much crunch, so not really too great, but you know, could be worse. And then, as always, the back's much better. She can do the limbo and then get like that much head right there. So like if I were to straighten out the torso there, so you get that much up, and then everything else is about normal. You don't really get too much thigh. There's one character later on that gets a ton of thigh that I wasn't expecting, but you'll see that later. Something interesting though is she doesn't get the typical McFarlane ankles. Like the wrists have the normal like 2-point system, or yeah, I guess 2-point, because you get a peg in here and then peg here, and then like it has like a hinge in between it. But right here you just get one hinge. So I thought that was interesting. It's one peg, and then it's more like a Legends style than a McFarlane one. So I thought that was interesting about this one. And something funny about this too is her hands are microscopic. You cannot, if you lose these, they are done. You're not finding these ever again. These hands are tiny. They are, like I said, they are microscopic. Like, this is the size of a Lego stud. It is tiny. It is a tiny, tiny, tiny hand. You get two of these, so you get two little Lego studs, essentially. But they are tiny. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's a texture on them. Not texture, but a little bit of sculpting on the top of the, just the top of the hand though. I noticed that, like, that arch, like the arch there. I didn't notice that. That's neat. That's cool. Is there anything else there I didn't notice? Gotta go microscopic in order to see these things. That's the cool thing with McFarlane is they pay attention. Well, most of the time, they all like pay attention to little details like that. Pretty much it for Supergirl. But yeah. Oh yeah, my cousin got this. I'll link his account too. He wants a shout out. You'll see it in the description, or it'll be like in the corner there. Whatever happens, you'll see it. Yeah. I really do like the Supergirl though. The only other Supergirl I have is the Flash movie one, which, you know what, I'll show her. Yeah, here we go. So I got the custom Superman that I did. I made a video on this. It'll be in the card. And then here's the Flash movie Supergirl custom I did. I was gonna do a video on this and a custom Blue Beetle that I did. I might show it off later in the video, since I was gonna do a video. It was gonna be like a Hispanic special, I was gonna call it, for customs. But yeah, this is the custom I did. Tried putting the metallic blue on the sides like in the Flash movie, so it was a little more accurate, and then I painted the red so there's more of a difference between the logo and the rest of the red there, because I like my differences between the logos, because this is more of a metallic pink. If I can... Oh god, that's too much. Okay, there we go. You can kind of see it, because it's more of a metallic pink than a red, to where this part here is red, and then, oh yeah, you can really see it now. Yeah, it's more of a metallic pink than a red. So yeah, you can see some of the metallic blue I put on there. They actually painted like a line here, so it was a little bit easier. I tried to follow that. So yeah, and I did the little heel, or not heels, but the soles of the shoes. But yeah, I also did the hair. I painted the hair black. So yeah, I also did that. So yeah, that's Supergirl compared with this one. I don't have the Target Supergirl or the gold label. So yeah, there's those two. Really like these two though. These two figures I really love. I love me some Supergirl action. So yeah, and I put a custom cloth cape on there. So yeah, I put a pin in there so I can actually pose the so I can actually pose the cloth. But it's not very well made cloth cape. You can see the pin right there. I tried gluing it, but it's not very good. But it's a fun figure for me though, because that figure has a lot of articulation. But yeah, and then here's with the Action Comics Superman right here with the Rebirth. He's really tall. So yeah, really nice, these two. He's gonna get a lot of play in this video, I just realized. He's gonna get a lot of play. Alright, and then here's the Atom. So this figure is really plain. You can see I kind of touched him up already with some paint. I put some metallic blue on some of these pieces of armor, because he is really plain, and I wanted to bring out some of the sculpt, so I put some metallic blue on some of these parts, and then I got some on the boot here, so it stands out. It actually makes him feel a little bit more like Blue Beetle, which I wasn't intending, because some of these textures are kind of like beetle skin, or not beetle skin, but like beetle armor. So it kind of made him look a little bit like Blue Beetle there, so that, which I wasn't intending, but you know. And I'm thinking about painting the red, like metallic red, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, really interesting design. And then something I didn't see anyone else point out is these boots, or these feet, are reused from the Rebirth Flash, which I think is actually pretty smart of them, because I didn't even notice, and it goes well with everything else, because it has those lines in there, and I didn't even notice till it was like, you know, those look kind of familiar, and I went over there and I looked, and it is the same. So fun fact for you. Yeah, he comes with two of these open hands, so you can have him like, so you can pretend like if you got a light stand, you can have him like in the air pressing his belt and like he's about to shrink, because you got like the effect right here. And if you got multiple of these like little hula hoop pieces, two of these hula hoops, and then, or maybe, well, actually 3 of these hula hoops, you can make like the full like Atom like effect that they put on him in like the comics when he's about to shrink. So yeah, you can see that, and some of the stuff I did in the back, and then I put some metallic blue on the sides here. He cannot stand the sun. That's pretty cool after I painted him up. So yeah, well, I didn't do too much. I just put a little bit of metallic blue on him, but it made him really stand out a little bit more compared to how he did before, because he was really plain. But yeah, really like this hula hoop effect, like the little Atom effect going on there. And then you get like 2 fists, so like here's one of them. So yeah, pretty neato this Adam. He's not really too articulated, like, he doesn't go forward at all, so that's not great, but it still goes back though. He can do the limbo. And then his head is restricted because of the tubes on the side of his head, but he can still go side to side and a little bit of up. Not great though. And then down. That's pretty okay down. But yeah, he does look a little scary though. They did Brian Choi a little dirty there. He has no eyebrows. See this texture a little more now. See these little like triangle patterns on him and some of this other stuff. So yeah, pretty cool figure though. If you ever want to get an Adam, I think this would be pretty cool. Some of these like textures here. Yeah, pretty cool. And then like texture inside the armpit. So yeah, pretty cool though for Adam. I know it's pretty bare bones, but you know, I don't really have too much to say about Adam. He's pretty cool though. Pretty cool for the shelf. Oh, I just realized I almost missed an opportunity to drop some comic knowledge. So, and well, also an opportunity to kind of show a custom that's almost done. But yeah, so Blackest Night Superman, he actually goes into, I don't remember which lantern or Black Lantern he goes into, but he goes into one of the rings and he discovers some things. But yeah, that was a nice opportunity to kind of show off my Blackest Night Superman custom a little bit. Like, I got the black ring on there because he didn't have it originally. So, it's not really too great if I can actually get it to focus. But it kind of has that wispy effect that I want. Because, like, the black rings kind of have a wispy kind of nature about them. But, yeah, it's not too great. And then I got the gray line there. I'm waiting to get some silver paint there so I can actually paint that. And then I put some gray in the hair, because this is Earth 2 Superman, this is Power Girls Superman, so this is from Earth 2. This is not main continuity Superman, so yeah. Alright, and then here's Brainiac. Brainiac is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I've used this character in the Universe of Fear, fun fact, for a little indie film called Superman Rebound, so I really like this character a lot. I really do love Brainiac. Brainiac is a really cool character, and I'm not done using him yet. He'll be back in the Universe of Fear, but that's pretty self-promo. But yeah, his tentacles could really be better, and they were a pain. They were a pain in the ass to get out of the box, because Todd insisted on putting 2 ties on each of the arms, so it took me 5 minutes to get these damn tentacles out of the damn box, because there was 2 on each tentacle, and then there was like 8, or not 8, but there was like, how many? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ties on there, plus the 8 that were on the limbs, so that's like 13. I had to undo 13 twist ties, so it was a pain in the ass. I had to sit there for 5 minutes and untie them all. Or not untie them all, I had to cut all the twist ties and make sure not to cut up the figure. But yeah, anyway, besides that, packaging was a pain in the ass. Wish the silver was a bit more silver, because it's more of a dirty kind of silver, because they put like a dark gray wash over everything. Like, you can see it on the sockets really well, like because there's a bit of residue on there, like a bit of black residue, like right there. You can see that. So, and I haven't touched this at all for customization. You can see like the textures on there, and that texture's the detail on the sculpt for Brainiac. But yeah, Brainiac, really cool. I do wish, here, let me take off his head. There we go. If I take off his head, this is something I was kind of annoyed about. So yeah, it's really just black and gray inside the eyes. When he had like purple pupils, you can actually see that on the card that he had purple pupils. So I wish they would actually went a little bit further and painted the pupils, but it's a very good head sculpt for Brainiac outside of him not having the purple in there. But yeah, it's very cool. And it's like a couple of separate pieces. You can see like the cut lines around the headgear. So it's pretty cool though. And it's actually molded in that dark green, I believe. Actually, I'm questioning myself now, because there's that silver in there. Okay, I think it's... I'm not sure. But yeah. Pretty cool head, though. It's really nice. He has pretty good crunch for McFarlane, so you can see he goes a little further. He definitely goes further than Adam, I can tell you that. And then his head articulation is pretty good, too, so you can kind of get like a... He's looking at you. He's looking at you. Nah, 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 nah. Okay. And then he's got great sockets up here. So, yeah. No thigh, though. No thighs. No thighs. And then he's got all this. These ankles, probably the worst part of articulation. They're really just... They don't feel good. They don't feel good to move these ankles. But they work. Like, I can get a pretty good pose out of this if I work with it. Like, I'll show you in a second. And if you really work with the tentacles, you can get some cool poses. Oh. If you work with the tentacles, you can get some pretty cool poses. Like, I'll show you here. So yeah, like right there, you can get like him. Like, if you put like Superman right next to him. Yeah, if we get like Superman right next to him, for instance, you can have him like pointing the tentacles at Superman, like he's about to go stab a Ubermensch over there. So yeah, you can get pretty cool out of that. And then let me show you like a more crunching pose. So yeah, like right here, you see him like he's jumping down, like boom. So there you go. It's a little bit of a goofy pose, but you know, it works. You can see like the crunch working right there. So yeah, pretty cool though. I like this Brainiac a lot. He's one of the centerpieces of the Legion of Doom for me now. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, we got a Superman rebound flow going over here. So we got a classic Superman right there. Then we got Brainiac, and then we got Supergirl. So there's the three you'd want to have together, at least for me, because I like this combo, you know. But yeah, there's these three together. I think they look really nice, and I think this Brainiac works really well as a comic style Brainiac for display. So this is the only real Brainiac you need, unless you want to do some weird ones like the like the not 80s, because the 80s one is the skeleton design, because it's like the Crisis era, but which we're gonna be talking about later. But yeah, this is like this is the main one you'd want. The only ones they could really do other than this is like the purple shirt and like green, I think it was green trousers, I don't remember too well, but yeah, purple stuff, and then the Superman Brainiac comic design. So yeah, those are like some of the ones they could do. But yeah, here, let me compare them with some other ones too. Alright, and then here's some more comparisons with the 2-pack Superman with Doomsday. I said I was going to do a review of that, but I never did. That might come later. But then there's Brainiac, and then you got General Zod. Some more. Yeah. There you go. Some more Superman villains. I could bring Mongol over here, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that right now. I might bring him in later. You know what? Screw it. Here's Mongol's big old dick. There you go. Here's Brainiac with my modified Mongol. I only painted him up a little bit, but yeah. He's huge. Mongol's gonna kick Brainiac's ass. You know, look at him like that. I love that expression though on Mongol. This guy is pretty cool, but he does feel kind of cheap though. That's what I'll say about Mongol though. I wish he didn't feel as cheap. His chest is really hollow, and like, you know. But yeah, I painted up the sides here though. So I have this thing here, metallic blue, because I thought that would be cool. I really like Mongol though. But yeah, moving on. Right, and then we're going back in time now, timeline wise in the DC universe. But this is the second most expensive figure. This guy's second most expensive. He was $30 for the paperweight. I love it. I love my paperweight I can't do anything with. I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, here's Alan. Alan.
Alan.
That was random. That was a really random thing for that to pop in my head. I don't know why that popped in my head randomly. But, yeah, here's Alan Scott in his golden age glory here. People think that this is the wrong hand, but depending on the artist, this is correct hand for his ring. But, you know, they tried and they put the ring on there. It's better than my Blackest Night Superman custom, that's for sure. Like, because it's actually sculpted. And if my damn camera will actually focus on it, that'd be sweet. I mean, it's not painted very well, but you know, it's small, so I'll give him credit for that. It's very small, and the logo looks very nice. If my camera will work with me again. So yeah, there's the logo. There's like a tiny little nick right there. Tiny little nick right there. The tiniest little nick in the logo. But other than that, it's printed very well. This is a very classic looking Alan Scott lantern logo. And, you know, everything else looks good too. $30 good though? Questionable. It's questionable for $30 for Alan here. Because he's very smooth, but, you know, it's just like a t-shirt and green pants, so I don't know what they really would have done. Oh, yeah, discoloration at the knees, but, yeah, I don't know what they would have really done sculpt-wise. I don't know, they could have went crazy on the pants, I don't know. But, yeah, it's kind of weird for 30. This really should have been 20. But, you know, really nice hood, though. And paint on the green is actually pretty good, too. Like, it's not bad or anything. There's a little line there. I think that's a mold line. But, yeah. Looks nice, though. Like, for Alan Scott, it looks nice. But it's just, like, $30 is questionable. And the lantern is translucent green, which is questionable. I don't know why it's transparent green, but it is transparent green. So, green.
And what about me? What am I?
Your elemental power is green.
Yeah, there's not really too much to say, because it's just like a basic Alan. But he gets a decent amount forward. Like that. So, he gets something. Not too much, but yet again, he gets the limbo backwards for the flying poses, because this is actually a flying character, so you want him flying. Really weird character, though. Not my favorite lantern. He's not even really a lantern. He's just a guy that found a meteor and crafted a ring and lantern out of it. So he's kind of like the oddball lantern compared to like someone like Hal Jordan up here. I'm grabbing him off my Blackest Night shelf because I'm right below it. But yeah, like compared to someone like Hal Jordan, you can see like the jump in design here. Like you got like all that. Well, actually, this is just Todd's design, but you know. Got like the green here and black with the white, and then you got like green, purple, red, yellow, and it's real weird color combo, but it's real poppy, you know, it has like a nice pop to it compared to like this. This really pops though. I'm planning on, I tried giving him some highlights on here, like a glowing green effect, but it didn't work out. So I'm gonna see if I can make him metallic green instead. Try to cover that up. But anyway, about Alan. So yeah, pretty basic though. And then here's these two together. Yeah, you see like the pointy, like parallax kind of domino mask compared to like a more classic domino mask. I hope if they do another Hal, he has more of this domino mask than the parallax style one. Kind of like this domino more. So, yeah, there's that. Not really too much to talk about with Alan. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, really weird thing, too, is weakness is yellow. Or not yellow. Weakness is wood. And then, like, the Silver Age weakness for Hal is, like, yellow. Or for all the lanterns, really. So, wood and yellow. Really weird weaknesses. But I do like the comic with Alan and Kyle talking. I forgot what that comic was. I'll put like an image of it. But yeah, there's these two again. I keep going off the rails. But yeah, also, I was gonna mention this too. I made a custom power battery. It's not very well painted, but you know, it's something. I used Kyle's battery. You can see it's kind of messy, but yeah. I'll move on again. I keep going on tangents. Alright, and then here's Alan with his other JSA member, or fellow JSA member, and, you know, these two are friends, so you gotta have these two. And then you can see, like, this is more modern Jay Garrick, and this is kind of more classic. You can kind of see that right there. See, like, what's going on there. Because he's got, like, the fingerless gloves, and then his shirt just stops right here. So you can see that right there. This is more modern than this Alan. And this guy's cheaper, too. But yeah, got the bigger build, because he's a football player. I mentioned that in the Flash review, too. And then, yeah, I got Alan there. That's less built, but he's still pretty built. And actually, you know what? They're not too different build sizes, actually. But yeah, there's these two together.
So cold and dark for so very long. In the beginning, there was only one, a single black infinitude, that even the burning light was imperceivable. But then the light grew, and the infinitude shuddered, and the darkness finally screamed as much in pain as in relief. For in that instance, a multiverse was born. A multiverse of worlds vibrating and replicating, and a multiverse that should have been one became many. The man responsible for the birth of the multiverse is a Owen named Krona. An Owen who had been told that seeing the birth of the universe would lead to utter destruction. But against all pleas, Krona did not listen. Therefore, the birth of the multiverse and the birth of the antimatter universe, leading to the unfortunate birth of the Anti-Monitor. The birthplace of the Anti-Monitor is a planet called Cord. The birthplace of his opposite was the moon of Oa. That opposite being the Monitor. The Anti-Monitor, weeding on the evil of that antimatter universe, grew to power. With impossible ease he took control of Cord. Then, as if possessed by some racial memory, hearkening to his Owen conception, he created an army of warriors. Not manhunters or Green Lanterns, but an emerald army of unstoppable thunderers. And those among the thunderer elite, this Anti-Monitor believed the evil he changed, and made his personal guard. The Shadow Demons, heroes battled when the first crisis began. With his thunderers and his Shadow Demons, the Anti-Monitor spread his reign of terror throughout the antimatter universe. That was when he realized he was not alone. He sensed the presence of his other self, his positive matter self and the positive matter universe in which he lived. The Monitor had spent his life in silent meditation, learning the secrets of the universe. But he sensed his evil shadow, and knew it wanted him dead. And so they began a war which lasted 1,000,000 years. A war waged with equal power. A war in which there could be no victor. Until a simultaneous attack rendered them both immobile and unconscious. That was until Pariah had learned of the anti and positive matter universes. He wanted to see the beginning of time. He created an antimatter chamber, which he thought would protect him. He thought he could safely see the origin of existence, or so he believed. As soon as he entered the antimatter chamber, all of his existence was destroyed. Though he was safe, his universe was gone. He was alone for millions of years, all alone. The explosion reverberated throughout the antimatter universe, and somehow freed the Anti-Monitor, leading to a crisis on Infinite Earths.
Can you tell that I like Anti-Monitor? Can you tell I like Crisis on Infinite Earths and Anti-Monitor a lot? But yeah, I love I love me some good old 80s George Perez Anti-Monitor, or even like well, I haven't even gotten to Infinite Crisis yet. Let me hold my horses there. But like Sinestro Corps War, like Darkseid War, Anti-Monitor. I love the Anti-Monitor, and whenever I can for the Universe of Fear, I'm bringing this bad boy into that. But yeah, I love Anti-Monitor a lot. Anti-Monitor is one of my favorite DC villains. He might not be for everybody, but you know, I love Anti-Monitor a lot. So yeah, he didn't come with any power effects, so I had to steal some from, well, this one's Jay Garrick's Lightning, and then the rest of it's from the Flash movie Flash. So I stole some of his, because it kind of goes along with Anti-Monitor's, like a yellow in the eye, so I can get away with it a little bit. Even though they're supposed to be more like red and maybe like a pink color for the power effects, but he didn't come with anything, and this is what I got for now. So I'm working with it for now. But yeah, we love, or I love me that sweet face. And I have some nostalgia with Anti-Monitor too, because very first action figure I got was from DCUC, and I got the White Lantern Hal Jordan, and it came with Anti-Monitor's head. And I remember chewing on Anti-Monitor's head because it came with the head, and I was like 4, I think. So let me see, like, yeah, I think it would have been maybe around 4. So I remember chewing on that. So yeah, and it kind of has like a metallic look. It doesn't come off on camera like the blue parts. It kind of has the metallic. Almost. It almost is. Not quite, but it's like, it almost looks like it at certain points. And he actually moves pretty well. Like, for instance, his thigh movement, this is superb. He is awesome in terms of thigh movement. And, like, crunching is pretty good, too. Right here. He's a little big, so I gotta work with him here. But yeah, like, here's, oh man, this is gonna be hard. I was not built for this. Look at that, though. Yeah, you get, like, so here's stationary, and then here's that, so it's not too much, but then, actually, it doesn't get much back either. But, you know, his head is actually really great for being, like, a cone. So, he gets forward in the head a good amount. Oh, you can see my light there. That's not good. But, yeah, you get, like, down and then up pretty good. And then you get side to side. So there's side, Mr. Conehead, and then there's the other side. So, yeah, there's that. There he is. Look at the Anti-Monitor. Could have used more paint, but, you know, George Perez Anti-Monitor didn't really have too much, like, oh god, that's horrible. We're back at the beginning of time again. Wish they would have painted the knees. You see, like, the difference in color between this silver and then this, like, molded, like, silver plastic. But it still looks good to me, and I'm biased, because I like Anti-Monitor a lot, so I'm biased. Very biased. But, yeah. This guy's very good for my collection, and I have a lot of fun messing with him, because him and Wolverine I've been messing with the most, though. So, love me Anti-Monitor. So let me get some characters I want to compare him with, because there's a few big ones. Alright, so here's our only Darkseid compared with Anti-Monitor. So Anti-Monitor looks like a short king compared to Darkseid. So, like, here, let me move him a little bit more back, so it's a little bit more fair. Yeah, he's really tall. Yeah, this is the Snyder Cut Darkseid, and I really like the blue on this one. I haven't messed with this one too much besides the staff. I wanted to add some blood, because that one scene, Snyder Cut, pretty bloody. But, yeah. There's these two, so you can have these two fighting as well. I really want a Grail. I really want a Grail, because I love Darkseid War. Darkseid War, I love a lot. I don't know what the general consensus is on that storyline, but I love Darkseid War. Darkseid War is sweet, and I love these two fighting, because Antimatter is pretty much the anti-life equation personified. So I love the dynamic between these two, of him being like his main goal, wanting the anti-life equation, and then Antimatter essentially being the embodiment of anti-life. So yeah, I love these two. So yeah, the key to anti-life. But yeah, there's these two together. And then here's the arch enemies who worked together that one time in Sinestro Corps War. If you don't know about Superboy Prime, during Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Justice League, well, everyone in the multiverse, or well, pretty much the Justice League, pretty much, but, recruited him for helping during Crisis. So he left his Earth, and while Superboy Prime left Prime Earth, Antimatter said, haha, bye, Prime Earth, did his thing, and while Superboy Prime was in the, oh man, I forget where they went to after, because it was the old Superman, and then, what was it? It was the Earth 2 Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor and Lois Lane's son. They were all in this one place. I forgot what it was called, but it was, after they broke out, they fought, and yeah, and they also worked together before that during Sinestro Corps War. So I need to get my ass to Sinestro, and Cyborg Superman was also an ambassador of the Sinestro Corps. So yeah, I need to get my ass a Sinestro and a Cyborg Superman. Really want those two. God damn it, Todd. I want them. Give me them. That's what I want. Either Cyborg Superman works. The black and red one, or the original Reign of the Superman one that I like. Because both are sweet. I love both designs. Yeah, there's these two. Really love them. So, yeah. Look at them. They're beautiful. And you got like the same sort of design things here with like all the tubing and stuff. And the silver. So, yeah. Alright, and then the closest thing I have to that old Superman in terms of design is the Dark Knight Returns. Because if I bring out Crisis on Infinite Earths, I can show you. Yeah, like I said, in terms of design, that's the closest thing I have is the Dark Knight Returns right there. Because like the symbol is similar, but he doesn't have like the gray hair or anything. So yeah, he has like a very similar symbol, or House of Elcrest, rather. So yeah, here's these two together, and then we have the two victims of Antimatter during Crisis, the two characters that died and didn't come back for a while. So we got Flash, Barry Allen. He didn't come back till Rebirth, and I need to read Infinite Crisis to see how the hell he came back, because I did Rebirth. I wasn't a big fan of it. Maybe I would like it more if I read Infinite Crisis, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, there's Mr. Barry Allen, who ran so fast and disintegrated and had a race in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, there's that. And then we got Supergirl. She doesn't have her bandana though, but you know, it works for now. Until there's an 80s Supergirl, which is gonna be weird to see if they make that. So yeah. So she actually wasn't around in the 90s, like I said. And it was actually what the hell's her name? Matrix. That was Supergirl in the 90s. It was real weird because he had the purple goop. that was Supergirl, and it was like, the purple goop is Matrix, and she was real goopy looking, and it was Matrix Supergirl. I don't know if they actually brought her back after Infinite Crisis. I assume they did. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Matrix, but I read Reign of the Superman and Death of Superman, and she was there, and I learned about her. So, yeah. Here's Supergirl, though. Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, though. And there they are. And Antimatter is pretty big compared to them. He could be bigger, though. But people were complaining about his size, but he was actually this size in a couple points. Maybe not this outfit, though, because in his original outfit before Supergirl beat his ass, he had this, cooler suit. I actually like that suit more than this one. But Supergirl beat his ass, and he got this one, if I remember right. Yeah, for example, this is what his, original mask looks like. I like this version more. I wish that we gotta figure that at some point. But, a Psycho Pirate would be pretty cool, too. And then, Oh, there we go. There's a shot of Antimatter being kind of smaller. Like, here's him next to Psycho Pirate right there. So, there he is. So, depending on where you go, you can see that Antimatter was kind of smaller. And that size is about accurate to this. So, there you go. Some comic knowledge. So, there you go. There's the video. Hopefully you liked. And let me get all the characters in here. Man, my bed looks like a like a mess though, because there's so many figures on there right now. But yeah. So yeah, there's all the figures I got for Christmas. There's all of them, and I hope you enjoyed this video and the comic knowledge I dropped for any of you who didn't know who Anti-Monitor was. I hope you enjoyed that little segment at the end, where I was just geeking out. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you're around the channel more. And that was a lot of figures to go over. So this video is long as hell. So I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.